Hello ladies, ambies and gents. So, as many of you will have guessed from this bit of art I feature in most of my videos, I'm a humanist and have been for quite a while. Recently, however, I've noticed a few YouTubers hurling the phrase humanism plus around. These YouTubers are all people I despise, so I wasn't exactly optimistic about their videos on this subject. Spoiler alert, my lack of optimism was not misplaced. Let's be clear here. If you're going to dub something humanism plus, you need to explain what exactly you feel has been added onto humanism, which, first things first, would generally require knowing what humanism actually is. None of these YouTubers see fit to give a definition of humanism or a source on humanism that they consider to be reliable. I, on the other hand, am going to provide several sources and look at the way they define humanism. The IHEU have a minimum statement. Humanism is a democratic and ethical life stance that affirms that human beings have the right and responsibility to give meaning and shape to their own lives. Humanism stands for the building of a more humane society through an ethics based on human and other natural values in the spirit of reason and free inquiry through human capabilities. Humanism is not theistic and it does not accept supernatural views of reality. Let's apply some focus to that bit that says humanism stands for the building of a more humane society. Note that it doesn't say humanism stands for the building of a society where harassment, bullying and general bigotry are not only accepted but encouraged. If we read further into the IHEU's What is Humanism page, we also stumble across this phrase. A humanist is someone who finds value in themselves and each other, respecting the personhood and dignity of fellow human beings. Note that there isn't anything in there about continually disrespecting the dignity and personhood of women, LGBTQ folk and other minorities. If we have a look at the IHEU's Amsterdam Declaration, we also chance upon this nugget. Humanism insists that personal liberty must be combined with social responsibility. Humanism ventures to build a world on the idea of the free person responsible to society. That's the 2002 updated version of the Amsterdam Declaration. Even if we look back to the original 1952 Amsterdam Declaration, we see similar. Humanism, insists that personal liberty is an end that must be combined with social responsibility in order that it shall not be sacrificed to the improvement of material conditions. And humanism ventures to build a world on the free person responsible to society. Note that these phrases fly very much in the face of the conservative, libertarian, anarcho-capitalist philosophy of everyone for themselves and screw everyone else. You'll also note that if we look at various major humanist organisations, there's a strong emphasis on empathy. They certainly don't see feelings as something infantile or weak that need to be repressed, as Thunderfoot and his cronies do. Quite the opposite. Humanists embrace their empathy and seek to use it as a basis of their morality. If you're the sort of idiot who says things like, I'm not a feminist, I'm a humanist, you might be intrigued to know that groups like the IHEU happily embrace feminism, as evidenced here. Also, the American Humanist Association have had a feminist caucus since as far back as 1977. This is something worth taking note of. These commitments to social justice date back decades. They aren't some new thing people are trying to add on to humanism. If anything, it's the likes of Sargon, Thunderfoot, Live Life, 8072, etc., who are trying to take away from humanism. So perhaps they should dub themselves humanism minus. Or perhaps they should stop trying to appropriate the word humanism, and instead accept the fact that they're a bunch of conservative, libertarian, social Darwinist, Randian, objectivist assholes. Or, as this chap from the AHA puts it, village atheists. To again quote the IHEU, there are several aspects or components of humanism. Most of these elements can also stand alone. For example, you can be an atheist but not believe in right and wrong. Then you wouldn't be a humanist. Thanks for watching. I don't have a Patreon, but if you see me around, buy me a beer.